Hey, what's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're checking out another CountyComm VIP Mystery Swagg Pack. This is the largest one they offer, which they call the Mega Big Daddy. Runs $98.95, and for that you get items valued at about 2.5 to 3.5 times what you pay. So can be a very, very good deal. This one's Gen 24. It's been a few months since I've done one. I think the last one I did was Gen 21, and did want to mention that because there's a kind of unique thing about these mystery packs that I wanted to point out, and that is that although if you order Gen 24 you're probably going to get most of the same items that I got here, it's possible that they may swap out a couple. And so I know that happened with Gen 21. There was a bunch of watch bands in that one that if you ordered it a couple days after or a week after I ordered it, they replaced that with a different item. And so if you are targeting a very specific item from this mystery pack that you see I get in mine, may be worthwhile to just buy that item directly outright. That way you're guaranteed to get it. Now, with that being said, all of the items that I get in this pack will be listed in the description with their pricing as well as a link. So if you want to pick that up or just check out dimensions, since I'm not going into that great of detail on any individual one item, that will be there. And if you end up ordering from that link, helps out the channel, no additional cost to you. And I do have a coupon code that will save you 10% off all of the items except for the mystery pack, and that's Uncommon EDC. Now that being said, I paid full price for this. I enjoy doing these mystery packs. I don't do them every month because it can get a little bit repetitive with them, but they are a lot of fun, and it seemed like December would be a really good time to dive back in because there's a lot of holidays in December, or even birthdays. In my family, there's some birthdays in December, and these seem like they would make really good gifts either as a whole, or you can take certain items out for yourself and give different items out to different people for gifts, and you get a really good value. You're not paying that much. This month the value was over $350 for something you're paying $98.95 for, and you don't have to think about it or do any sort of shopping. They do all the choosing for you, and if you know they're into this stuff, they have CountyComm makes some really, really good stuff. So I thought it would be a cool kind of gift idea, and so wanted to check out what December had to offer. So let's go ahead and dive in. First item you already see on the table is the Dyema Utility Bag, or DUB. Really cool bag. Dyema is an interesting material. It's very durable, a little bit translucent and water resistant. And I like the look of it actually. My wife, on the other hand, is not a fan of the look of it, but she saw this bag, kind of gave it a once over, turned it around in her hand, said it was perfect, and asked if she could have it. And so I'm giving this to her as soon as we're done with this video. Don't know exactly what she had in mind for it, but she's really into crafts, and so I'm sure she's putting some sort of supplies in here, has something very specific in mind for it. And so that's always a win. When you do these mystery packs, if you have something you're gonna get use out of, whether it's you or someone in your family that's gonna get immediate use out of, I count that as a win. Now, value-wise, these are valued at $45 regularly, but they were on sale for Black Friday at $25. A week out now, the pricing is still the same. So when I did the total value for this pack, I used a lower price point of $24.95, although I'd imagine that's going to be going up sometime soon. So if you want this specifically, it might be worth picking up sooner than later because that is regularly priced at $45. Now, size-wise, again, not going to do the exact dimensions. You can see about just how big it is, and has some organizational pockets on the outside on either side. They're basically a mirror of each other, as you can see. YKK zippers, also a Velcro panel here on both sides again, and some grab handle type straps that you can use to carry it. There's also attachment points on either end that you can attach a strap to if you want to use it as a shoulder bag, but it does not include those straps. So you're gonna have to find your own in that case. One main cavernous pocket that I'm not gonna open it up. There's no organization or anything in there, but cool one. And yeah, like I said, if it's getting some use, so that's definitely a win. Now I'm gonna go with some of the bigger items before we get into the small ones. The next item is the Canvas Banker Bag. This is valued at $5.95. Overall, not that exciting of an item, but another one that's definitely gonna get some use. I already have this, but I didn't get it through a mystery pack. I bought it outright. And that's because outside of YouTube, I own a business. I like EFT better, but still do get paper checks, unfortunately. Also manage some paper checks for a couple of my clients. And so I have a few different banker bags that I keep checks in so I can keep everything separate and organized before I run over to the bank. And so like these, I wouldn't mind seeing them in different colors, also with like a window for a business card so you can differentiate what account is inside of here, but I don't imagine they're gonna make much changes to this. They're canvas banker bags probably aren't, you know, a big money maker for them, but still a cool item that's going to get some use. Like I said, very specific use case though, so if you don't get a lot of checks, this might not be a great item for you, but I'm sure you can find other items put in here, receipts or anything like that, or just as a small like pencil case type bag. So another good item. Next up is one we've seen before in the mystery pack, several times actually. So this is the Glow Jumbo Parts Tray. And so if you already have one of these, maybe not as exciting. I get a lot of use out of these. I probably have about 8 in this size. I use them for drawer liners and a couple of drawers to keep overflow gear from sliding around and getting all scratched up. There's different sizes, and so you can use them for organization and just for that non-slip aspect. I use them for their intended use case as like a maintenance slash parts tray. And my wife, I already mentioned, does a lot of crafts. She uses them quite a bit as well. So definitely don't mind seeing another one in here. And if this were the first time getting it, I'd be even more excited for these. These are cool items. It's just the repetitive nature of it does feel a little bit less exciting, but valued at $19.95, and yeah, really cool item, available in a bunch of different colors. I'd imagine they're just kind of random. They have gray, orange, green, glow in the dark, red. I think that's all of them, but you may get a different color, but really, really cool item. Now, next up, I have all of the rest of the items that we got in here. There were over 25 items in this pack, are all inside of this bag. And this is the junk trunk bag. We've seen this one before, kind of a dock kit style bag, a little bit larger, a little bit more rugged, but cool item. Now, this is the second time I've gotten this. I think the last one was from Gen 21. And so an item that I probably don't want to see again, but I'm still excited for. We got a different material this time around. It's available in a few different colors with this non-slip grip on the bottom, but this one has non-slip grip all over, and so kind of a little bit different and still a cool item. You know, this is for your trunk, or like if you have an under seat storage in your truck, it wouldn't be so bad to have different versions of this where, you know, like the black one is all tools, the red one's first aid, and so still cool, still excited about this because I do like this bag quite a bit, but if I were to get a third one, I'd be a little bit kind of like frustrated with the repetitive nature of it, but at least for the second one, I'm still excited about it. These are valued at $24.95. And like I said, have every other item from this month's swag pack inside of here, and there is a little bit of organization in the back, but for the most part, it's just like a cavernous bag also, but there are 3 slots in the back that's keeping all of the small items. YKK zippers on this one as well. We'll get in here. I'm going to move this out of the way just to make a little bit of space, and we'll start with those small items, starting with kind of the swag type items. So a few of those in here. First one is their CountyComm morale patch, valued at $4.95. Also comes with this adhesive backed version, so if you want to put it somewhere that doesn't have a hook and loop panel, you can just stick this on there and then be able to stick that patch. So $4.95, I think that's a pretty good value for this patch. Nice PVC patch. Do think I already have that one. I'll double check, and if I do, I'm gonna throw the extra into my 5,000 subscriber giveaway, which is probably coming up around January. And so I've just been accumulating items for that giveaway, and any of the duplicate ones that I don't have a use for will probably get thrown into that. So pretty positive I already have that. Gonna double check, and if so, that's where that one will go. We got a couple freebie stickers, nothing too exciting. These always come in your order, but nice to have. CountyComm stickers, got 2 of those. No price listed on these particular stickers. Now, we did get some stickers that they did put a price on. And so the first one is this Meritac Tactical Reaper sticker. This is valued at $4.95. And then we got 2 of their Tactical Santa sticker. And so he's all swagged out with CountyComm or Meritac gear. It says Meritac CountyComm Government Products Group. Really cool stickers. These are also valued at $4.95. So between the 3 of those, they're placing a value of $15. And to be honest, I wouldn't pay that for 3 stickers. That price point is a little bit kind of wacky. I don't mind seeing them. I actually like both stickers quite a bit. I think they're really cool stickers and would make really excellent patches that I would pay $4.95 or even a little bit more for, but at that price point, probably not something I would buy, but cool to see in the mystery pack because I don't actually have to pay full price for them. So just something that I always think is a little bit weird when you're giving out swag. The patch definitely has some value to it, but the stickers, I'd have a hard time really valuing those at $15 worth of stickers. Now, last piece of swag though we have is the Adventure CountyComm swag key. It's like kind of a hotel tagged style keychain, has some topo on the back and that CountyComm logo on the front with quality not compromised, found in 1991. And so we've gotten this one before, but this is valued at 99 cents. And so again, kind of weird to tell me that this is worth less than those stickers, but valued at 99 cents. Again, have this one already, so this one's definitely going into that 5,000 subscriber giveaway. But cool item. I don't know necessarily mind seeing it again because I have that giveaway coming up. But if you didn't, we have gotten it in the mystery pack before, and what do you do with two of the same keychain? Now, next up, we're gonna go to some of the smaller items that are in that just kind of random organizational pockets on the side. So starting with the Thumbtack Compass 2-pack, these are valued at $8.25. Left them in their bag because they're pretty small and didn't want them to get lost in there. But cool little compasses, they seem to keep direction fairly well as long as they are level. If they're slightly off, they'll just kind of get stuck in a weird position. That's the case with a lot of these tiny little cheap compasses, but cool little items. I don't mind seeing these again, but these are a repeat as well, valued at $8.25. Next up is the IWT Survival Whistle, valued at $2.95. Have a couple of these already, again, available in a couple different colors as well. These are nice because they clip right to your backpack strap. Another item I don't really mind seeing repeated, it's only $2.95, and you can just put them on different backpack straps without having to worry about swapping them over. A pretty loud whistle also gets my dog's attention immediately, so like that about them. It's just nice to have a couple of these, and yeah, definitely a repeat though. Moving on to some non-repeated smalls. We have a titanium tiny queen chess piece. And now this serves no real like functionality in terms of anything that you can actually use this for. It's just kind of a display piece, a little piece of pocket art, although it's probably better for a desk, has the CountyComm logo stamped on the bottom. Not sure how well that'll pick up. And these are really cool. I think another item that I wouldn't really buy, valued at $9.95, but they're modeled after some cash containers that they made that were really popular. They did a king and a queen. This one's a queen. And those ones have that functionality of being able to screw them open and store small items inside. Those are definitely something I'd buy. This is probably not so much, but I don't mind seeing it in here. And valued at $9.95. I think a cool, just kind of collectible item, and can get the matching king to that one. Now, another really small item, the Ultimate Quad Pass Pico Pool Capsule. This is the small size in Ultim. And so these will fit probably 2 or 3 pills, depending on the size of the pill, or like 4 or 5 Tic Tacs. Just really, really small items. You can put them on a keychain or lanyard and store them. Doesn't take up a lot of space. As you can see, they do have larger versions of this, but excited to see this, one, because I like Ultim, and 2, just kind of a cool little capsule container, valued at $11.95. So probably one of my favorite items so far that we've seen, in terms of the small items at least. Now, next up is another compass. This is the Rugged Anodized Companion Compass, valued at $8.95. Now, this is just your typical button compass inside of an aluminum housing. I do have another color of this, don't have a green one yet, so don't mind seeing this here. These aren't the most reliable compasses, but again, a small, just kind of button compass that you can use in a pinch, $8.95. It's good to know if it's, pointing in the right direction or not, so before you depend on it, make sure to check that it's actually facing the correct direction there. Now, last up in those organizational pockets, that little small section, have a couple more items. The Widgie Micro, which is a 3-inch curved stainless steel pry bar. These are valued at $17.95. Now, I have a ton of these, but it was a good reminder. I think Stacy Bolster Blades, big part of the EDC community, had reached out to me to see if I have some extra pry bars I'd be interested in trading with her. She wanted to check out some pry bars, and I totally dropped the ball. I told her I'd look, and then just never got back to her. So I'm going to reach out, see if she has this one already, and if she does not, just send this one off to her free of charge. Not going to ask to trade anything. I get a ton of them and really like these pry bars. I have one on my keychain currently. They have straight, they have curved, 2-inch, 3-inch, or 4-inch, and so really, really solid pry bars. They also have them available in titanium. You just pay a couple of dollars more, but that one already has a home that it will be going to, hopefully, assuming she doesn't already have that. Now, next up is a really cool item. I have a titanium version, do not have this carbon fiber version. I also think this one might be a little bit smaller, although I haven't put them side by side yet. And that's the carbon fiber folding craft scalpel knife. Now, this does come in this little case, which is pretty cool because you can reuse that for something else if you want. Velcro closure, it has this little paracord loop on here. And this is just a small carbon fiber scalpel blade, and so easy to swap out. It looks like a number 24, carbon fiber handles, titanium body, cage number there obviously, and it does come with a spare blade or two, looks like 2 or 3 maybe, and so it does come with a couple spare blades, and this one's definitely smaller, just basing it off memory, feels a little bit smaller than my titanium one, and so really cool to see that one in here. Now this one does feel a little bit spendy at $49.95 for this little scalpel blade, but it's very cool, and glad I got it at that discounted price. Don't know if I'd pay $50 for it, but I definitely pay like $30 for it or $35 for it. So a really cool item there. And probably again, one of the more exciting items we've seen so far. Now we're getting into larger items. They didn't fit in those small organizational pockets, but still fit inside of that junk trunk bag. First up, we have an Xack Extreme dop bag. And so they have a smaller version of this as like a pencil case, and then this larger version has those water resistant reversed YKK zippers. Xpack is itself very water resistant and durable, and just a big kind of dop bag. If you've ever seen a dop bag before, you know what these are. It comes nice and rolled up and compact, but does get to be pretty large overall. And so this one is valued at $24.95. Have a Dyema version of their dop kit, which I really like and have used when I've traveled in the past. So definitely excited to see this one in there too. Has that grab handle and really chunky little YKK zipper. This one doesn't seem quite as rattly as the one on our dub bag, but that's probably because it's a single zipper versus a double zipper. I'm gonna move this one out of the way because it probably takes up too much space there. Next up, we have another part tray, but this one, their smaller one, the Armor 6" by 4" version. And so again, I like to mix and match with these. You can put like 2 or 3 of them in the same space as one of the larger ones. So if you're using them for drawer organization, it's kind of cool to puzzle pieces and even smaller size than this as well. Them in there and put different types of gear in there. But also get a lot of use out of these. Don't have as many of this size as I do the larger size. So these are definitely good. These ones get more use as like just part trays and stuff like that. And that's valued at $7.95. Not too expensive. Available in, I think, all of the same colors. Maybe not the fire red, but all of the same colors as that jumbo tray. Maybe the fire red, I don't know. And so that's a cool one. Next up, I'm not going to take out of the box because I know this one's going to go on my 5,000 subscriber giveaway. This is the Throwdown Watch Sop Mod 2 chronograph watch in royal blue. You can see that sticker indicating that we have royal blue, and you may have already seen that watch on my wrist as I'm recording this, so definitely already have this one. I've given away one of these before, I think an orange one. No, I think it was actually the gray one. So I've given one of these away before. Definitely going to throw this one in the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, but really love this watch. I have all 5 colors. None of them came from the mystery pack, although they have put them in the mystery pack before. I bought all of those outright. They were originally $25. I think they raised the price to $30, but still a very economical watch that's very good. They do lose time a little bit faster than some other watches. Over the course of like 3 or 4 months, I'll find that they've lost a couple minutes, and so that does seem like they're losing time a little bit faster than some other watches, but as long as you keep that in mind, make sure that they're current and set. Really solid watch. And like I said, this is the original band. Some of my other ones I've swapped out for different bands. Just don't have a band that I think looks good. I had swapped this for the, I think it's called Wolf Gray or Battleship Gray band at one point, but I think it just looks more striking. That blue stands out a little bit more on the black band, so I switched it back. And again, those are valued at about $30. Next up, we have the Tubaton and the Stonewash Gen 2. This is the 6 1/4" version. They have a bunch of different ones, and I absolutely love these, but never like to pay the price for them. I think they're pretty good as far as a titanium cash tube, but in terms of pricing at $49.95, it just feels a little bit steep for what it is. And so I never buy them. I get them in these subscriptions, and I always like them. And so excited to see another one of these. I don't think I have this exact one. I have some shorter ones and some thicker ones, but I don't think I have this exact one. This one's about 0.8 inches thick. I think they said 0.797 inches in diameter. There is a little lanyard hole on the cap, but you can open either side. And this one fully passes through. In Gen 1, there was a separator in the middle, so you can put like a battery on each side and keep them separated. This one is a full pass-through, so you can open either side to access it. But again, valued at $50, another item I'm very excited about in this one. Next up, we have a Glob Baton UGM. I forget what a UGM stands for. It's something, the glow material that they use. This is valued at $19.95, and it has a keychain or lanyard hole on the end, so you can use that. And this is just a Q-baton, like a point of impact to focus your impact for self-defense. Don't really get a ton of use out of my other one. I don't remember if I bought that one or got it in the mystery pack. I think we've gotten a mini version of it in the mystery pack before, but not the full-size version, so that's pretty cool. But again, not an item that I'm really out there using. You do have to know how to use these in order for them to be that effective, but it does create a nice point of impact that can be pretty painful if used correctly, and valued at $19.95. Also glows very, very nice. I like the glow on these quite a bit. They do require a charge, but it holds that glow very long and glows very bright. So while we're on the subject of glow, we'll look at the Afterburner glow tag, $3.95. This is definitely one we have got in the mystery pack before. You can just put this on like a zipper pull or something so that you can identify your bag from far away. Don't lose it. You can put it on your keychain, whatever you want, and you can clip these a little bit shorter if you feel like this is a little bit too long. And only $3.95, so an item I don't mind seeing repeated there, even though we've gotten that one in the pack before. Next up is the clear tube vault. These come in clear as well as a cobalt blue version, and I've heard these are actually 2-liter bottles before they inflate them, which is a really cool, just kind of fun fact about them. These are valued at only $2.95, so really good value there. Now, I've bought items from CountyComm that they ship in these before. So I have the blue one, I have this one, but they're cool little like test tubes, little cash containers. They're actually pretty generous in terms of size, a little bit thicker than our tube baton here, so you can put larger items in here, and you can also see what's inside and have the blue version if you want to have a blue and a clear to identify different contents. And so I like these, don't mind seeing that repeated either. But a random kind of item that you're either going to have a specific use for or just like throw it in a drawer and store something in there. Next up, we're almost done here. 2 more items and then an item that I ordered separately. These are the mini utility scissors Gen 2. They call them scissors, not shears, although they're the same shape and rounded tip as their medical shears. This is the smallest version they offer, $3.25. Really nice for a first aid kit or just, craft type things as well, but really nice for a first aid kit because they're so small. They do offer more robust options if you're in the medical field using medical shears a lot more often. These might be a little bit smaller for your use case, but if you're just cutting, the random bandage here and there, perfectly fine. Now, last item in the mystery pack is one that I was thinking about ordering anyway and just forgot to last time, forgot to put it in my order this time, and that is their flat pack tape. I don't remember exactly what they call it, but just a roll of bailout flat pack tape by Meritac. Roll of tape, you can see still has the cardboard in there, so they literally just crushed a roll. This is valued at $4.85. And just kind of a nice form factor. Now, not what I expected. I've ordered flat pack tape in the past for a similar price, and there was no roll in there. It was rolled a lot flatter, and so definitely feels like this is something you could just do at home, buy a roll and flatten it yourself if they're going to include the roll in there. But it's not a horrible price point, and like I said, it's kind of a cool form factor in terms of carrying it, a lot more convenient than a roll, and saves you the hassle of having to do it yourself. This isn't like a full roll, so you'd have to wait until you were kind of further down in the roll before you flatten it out. And so it does save a little bit of hassle, valued at $4.85. Excuse me. So that's every item in the swag pack. Excuse me. If we add up all of those items, we come up with a value of $354.34 at their sale prices. So 3.5 times your value. A lot of really cool items. If I didn't have the watch already, I'd be extremely excited about that. Two batons, very cool. Love the pry bars, the Ultim Pico capsule, the scalpel blade here, or utility blade, and all of the bags we got. We got the banker bag, we got the DOF kit, the junk trunk bag, the Dyema Utility Bag. And so I liked all of those bags. One of those was a repeat, but I like that too. And so kind of a cool mixture of items overall if you don't already have those ones. But let me know what you think of the overall value of these ones down in the comments, what your favorite items were, that sort of thing. And then I did want to show one other item that I ordered, and that's the Ultim Embassy pen with TI clip, or titanium clip. Comes with this full grain leather pen holder. They do sell this separately if you want it for $9.95, which is actually kind of cool because I found it carries the GEC65, which is that Ben Hogan, very, very nicely. It's a slim little slip that can fit a longer knife like that, this long and slim. And so really nice. That's probably what I'm going to use it for, a little bit more than this pen actually. Don't actually carry my pens in slips typically. So we'll probably end up repurposing this for that specific knife. Now, the pen itself, these are $59.95. If you buy the slip by itself, it's $9.95. And really, really cool pen. I have a couple Ultim pens, but was talking to John over on Instagram. You know who you are. I don't know if you want me to put out your username or anything like that. So we'll just say I was talking to him. He said was very impressed with it. And I love the way the ends of this look. It's got that really amber look that we don't really see on a lot of my other Ultim pens. They're a little bit more like frosted. And so this one looks the most like amber to me, especially on those ends, which really appealed to me. Now this is a twist off, and that cap does not seat on the back. That's the only kind of major downside. Writes very nicely though, really nice pen. It's the same as their other Embassy pens and other materials that have been titanium and brass and stuff like that, if Ultim really isn't your deal. But you can even see the pen insert in there. You can kind of read it. So it has that G2 insert in there. But I think this one looks really cool. I think $59.95 is a pretty reasonable price for an Ultim pen. I know I paid a lot more than that for the tactile turn version and a little bit less than that for the Dango version. And so, yeah, I think a pretty good price point and a very, very just good looking pen overall. So excited about that one. I'll link to that in the description as well. That is everything I got in my most recent CountyComm order. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification button. All help out the channel a ton. And as always, I hope you have a great day. Take care.